Shalom, I second all praise and glory to Yahweh Bashem, Yahshua Bashem, Kakadash. Devil unto the apostle and elders, great millstone, sign to the overlet, disputing its truth, because the folk comes out of truth, say charity. All right, this the brother I want to buy from the Birmingham camp, Alabama GMS. Then we'll get to the sentence going to about you know, about the light and the darkness, about how this world and 2/3 of Israelites, so-called Negroes, Latino natives, are in the darkness about the knowledge of Yahweh Shai and don't have the understanding, about the Lord, what the Lord really about. And, and the light is, having the knowledge, and the ones that have the knowledge is the elect men of Israel, so-called Negro, Latino, Native men, the elect, only gets, the knowledge of the Lord, understands that the mysteries and, and so forth about the Bible. But of this world, so-called white man's world, Esau world, and 2/3 of you so-called Negro, Latino, Natives, Israelites, y'all can't comprehend this knowledge because the Lord only gave it to a few good men, the 144,000 men, each tribe, this knowledge, and not all Israel, not the world, to comprehend this wisdom, knowledge, and mysteries of the Lord. So, John 1:4. In him was life, and the life was the light of man. So, the Lord is, Yahweh is life, and the Lord gave the life and the understanding and the light to the men, knowledge and understanding to the men that, He chose to give, spirit and understanding of his knowledge to, not all Israel and not the rest of the world, So next verse, John 1:5, and the light shine up in the darkness, and the darkness comprehended it not. So men that's on the highways, byways, starting apostles to haul down, all the light, we shedding light and knowledge and understanding and wisdom of the Bible, but 2/3 Israelites and the rest of the world can't comprehend what we're trying to tell them, according to the Bible, because the Lord blinded them, and they just in darkness of what we're trying to tell them, or what's to come, the destruction of America. The chariots of the Lord, which y'all call them UFOs, that the Lord's coming back in, how the Lord's coming back, and about the market trade, being the mark of the beast, RFID chip being the mark of the beast, and so forth. The other mysteries of the Bible. But this world, 2/3 of Israelites in this world is blind about the darkness, of the so-called white man's philosophies, Edomites, so-called white men, the red people philosophies, So they in darkness. They blinded by the ways of Esau's philosophies and not in knowledge of the Lord, which I said the men of the Lord apostles on down are shedding that light, but the people are not understanding what we're trying to tell them because the Lord blinded them, or their mind is just stuck on what Esau, the so-called white man, taught them, of this world. So from now I'm going to go to it's on John 3:18. Slacking. Is that the next one? No, slacking. Yeah, this is John 3:19. And this is the condemnation that light is coming to the world, and men love darkness rather than light, because their deeds were evil. So 2/3 of Israelites, so-called 2/3 you so-called Negroes, Latino natives, you Israelites, y'all don't want to be reproved, or y'all don't want to be taught this truth, because truth, they say the truth hurts. When this truth comes out about about the word, or how the Lord is and so forth, y'all cringe at it. You 2/3 of Israelites, y'all just want to hear that soft, what these Baptist church preachers be preaching, man. That soft doctrine, man. That prosperity doctrine, man, which is off. That's not The Lord, don't get me wrong, Lord, he could bless you, but he's balanced. The Lord he's good and evil. He deals with both. And the churches don't teach that. They think the Lord is all love and God. That's not true. So the men on the highways and byways trying to tell y'all, like, hey, the truth of the Bible is that Lord, he's good and evil. He deal with the good and the evil, man. He just not good all the time. That's not in the scriptures, man. So, our people, 2/3 Israelites don't want to come to the light because they don't want their deeds to be spoiled, their wickedness, man. But hey, that's the part of being having the truth of the Lord. It's gonna hurt, but it's actually it's actually beneficial, for you to get the truth from the Lord and harsh truth from the Lord, then to get a soft answer, man. Which these churches push out there, which is gonna lead to a lot of Israelites being put to death because they wasn't. You pastors weren't telling them about the truth was to come and so forth, about telling them to start doing abominable things and stuff, of the Bible, according to the word, and being righteous and get away from the ways of this world, away from Esau's philosophies and so forth. But just on end off with John 3:20, for everyone that doeth evil, hateth the light, neither cometh to the light, at least their deeds should be approved. Like I was saying, apostles on down, we go out there to reprove this place, man, reprove our people, tell them where they're going off, man, come back to the ways of the Lord, and come back to serve the Lord your best of the ability. We ain't saying be a super duper Israelite, but we saying, come back and, come back and repent and mourn, because the Lord finna bring heavy judgment on this place, America, soon, man. The Lord's not finna let this place, America, and these Edomites reign, forever. It's just it's time speeding up, and the Lord's bringing prophecies, and he's gonna bring the prophecy of all chaos and destruction, and that mandatory RFID chip, which is mark of the beast in the scriptures soon, man. So, but 2/3 of Israelites not gonna hear it. They not, because the Lord, stop their mind from getting it. They just hard-headed, stiff-necked. But only the elect is going to receive this knowledge and hope to be delivered, man. Hopefully I'll be delivered and don't. And hopefully I'll be delivered in the door, until then, until I be in those chariots, So, I just want to go into everybody about the light and the darkness, So, with that, again, I'd like to give our praise to Yah, Bashem Shai, Bashem Kakadash, to the apostle elders, to the sister brothers, to the few outward sisters, do listen, keep the faith in Yah Shai, keep fighting with that, say shalom.